the quiet to the crazy, all the high tide, all the level. If it's tears, if it's dancing in a thrift store, how you turn all this living into something worthwhile. Every single heartbeat, every breath we get to do, every moment to moment is a blessing spent with you.
Good morning. Welcome back to Moment, the Newlywed Podcast with Rod and Natasha. I am Rod.
I'm Natasha.
And we are newlyweds. We thank y'all for coming back. This is Chapter 9. Oh, no, this is Chapter 10.
This is Chapter 10.
This is Chapter 10, and we call it
Unnatural Disasters.
Unnatural Disasters. If you've stuck with us, anytime you have seen that our relationship story has gone from pretty simple and innocent to absolutely interesting, and now it gets a little bit chaotic. So we appreciate y'all coming back. We left off where we left off.
Our Branson trip. Trip was fun. We had a great time. We did a lot in a weekend.
Yeah.
Because we were only there for until Sunday, Friday to Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
We had a great dinner at a nice place with the chic. And
that was an inside joke, y'all.
we got to see We got to see the wax museum. Yeah, that was fun.
We got to see the wax museum. We got to go to the Titanic.
Yes, we got to see the Titanic Museum, which was really cool. Yeah. It's kind of one of our movies. Yeah, so it was fun. Definitely, to have that experience.
Yeah, the purpose of the trip was to kind of just escape everything that had been revealed about ourselves, me having cheated and her having lied, just to kind of get away from that. And so we made an agreement not to talk about it the whole time we were there. We did that successfully.
Yeah, we did.
We engaged with each other. We loved on each other. We were just there in the moment with each other. Mm-hmm. And so now we're headed back. And life is starting
It's going to punch us in the face.
It's going to punch us in the face like Rocky.
Yeah.
Better yet, like Drago.
Oh, right.
Rocky got beat up. He won, though.
He won.
And we won.
And we won the
fight.
So
we head back to Kansas City, and I remember dropping you off. No.
I dropped
you parked.
I parked.
You parked, yeah. You parked at my place. And I remember dropping you off, and I remember one of the first things that I thought about was, here we go. Because I picked it up.
Immediately, I did.
I did.
Yeah.
I picked it up as soon as we dropped you off. You hugged me. We held each other for a second. We kissed. We thanked each other. And I'm back inundated with all of the feelings that I had with this woman. And it's interesting. It's interesting because while we were on the trip, we made an agreement not to bring up, any of that.
Yeah.
And so, but still deep down inside, I'm inspecting you.
Yes.
I am so suspect of this girl. Everything she said, everything she did. I remember telling her that I thought I saw her hide something in a bag, in one of her bags. I was like, what you got? Everything. Yeah. Everything was suspicious.
Moment to moment.
Yeah, moment to moment. Everything was suspicious about everything. But I never brought it up. Right. I was just able to keep on rolling. And so, we come back, and I remember going to my apartment and just I laid on my bed for a second, and I was just like, man, now what?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just like, now what? Because just because we put it away didn't mean it was gone.
Right. We still have to deal with it. Yeah. It's still something that we have to deal with it. We are becoming new people. Yeah. And so we can't take, we couldn't take those things, those hurts with us. We have to deal with it. We have to face all of our stuff. Yeah. Shortly after that, we have a moment.
Yeah. This would be our season coming from, chapter 10 on in. Probably the next, if I could estimate, next 4 chapters will probably be what we would be our pruning.
Yes, we went through a pruning season.
Because I had old characters, she had old characters, and now because of January 7th, we're starting to see who each other are. Because, like, normally when you get into a relationship, the first 3 months, you don't know the person.
Right. You're just surface.
Yeah, very surface. Everybody, your house is always clean. Your face is always clean. You know, you
got
always
the nicest clothes on.
Yeah. You see all of that. Your drawers are always clean.
Right.
You know.
Yeah.
And then you find out later on that they flip the drawers inside out and wear them twice. You know, you're like, so the masks start coming off.
Right.
The costumes, we're starting to see holes in the costumes. You know, where we thought we was fooling each other. You know, it's like, man, your whole tail is out.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
That period of our relationship was rough because it was one trying to still keep up this facade. You know, at least on your side.
Yeah.
Yours was more or less keeping up with a facade. Mine was more trying to hold on to what it is that I wanted to hold on to.
Yeah.
Trying to do a relationship the way that I wanted to do it, and I called it to protect myself. You know, because I got old baggage, I got old stuff, so I'm feeling entitled to maneuver a certain way in a relationship that just wasn't going to work. My friend from out of state, we had excommunicated because now I'm in a relationship with her. When I say we had excommunicated, I mean we stopped doing the stuff that we was doing. But every now and then we would still shoot each other Instagram posts and different things like that. And during this time, I think she had inboxed me about something she hadn't heard from me or something like that. And she was kind of frustrated. She was like, I told her that I was turning over a new leaf. I remember telling her that, you know, I gotta distance myself because I gotta give her Natasha. I had to give Natasha the chance in our relationship that anybody else would want. So I need to back up. I remember her telling me that's interesting for somebody who keeps female friends all the time. During this time, Natasha knew that I had female friends prior to. The problem with these female friends is we were inappropriate, like all the time. We were friends. We were just friends, but we were crossing boundaries all the time. And so that's a practice I had picked up in a previous relationship. So I was foul for that in the other relationship, and I own that. But now we're in this situation, and this girl ain't having it. You know, she's not like, she's feeling like, you know, what if I don't have anybody I can, you know, just talk to. And I'm like, babe, they just friends. She's like, yeah, but you XYZ, you know, with them. That's not cool. And I'm like, babe, they're really just friends. So I'm spending a lot of time trying to convince you that my friends are my friends and I'm entitled to have my friends. So I'm like, okay, whatever. I text my friend from out of state or through Instagram or something. We have this pretty in-depth conversation about where we were at, about where me and her were at. And it was one night I was going to spend the night with Natasha. And I spent the night there, and right as we were laying down getting ready to go to sleep, somehow or another, Natasha thinks to ask me, so have you talked to her? And I said, well, I knew who you were talking about. I said, yeah. I said I didn't talk to her, but I texted her because, remind you, I'm an honest person. I'm not going to lie to you. And so I tell her, yeah, I talked to her. She sent me a message the other day. We had a conversation. And he was like, and it's funny because my wife is the type of woman that will calmly have a conversation with you and get all the details until it's time to not be calm.
until I've had my fill. It's because I really truly want to respond in a calm way. But I also have the ability to go to 10 and lose my stuff.
Lose her stuff.
I do. I have that tendency. I was in a relationship for a very long time where that was the response. And so in an affliction, in a hurt, okay, like, so you're just going to continue to do this thing regardless of how I feel about it, regardless of the fact that you're in a relationship with me, you're just going to continue to do this thing. So but because I'm in this season of salvation, really being intentional about my walk with the Lord, and also having a healthy, navigating in a healthy relationship, I am trying to approach this situation in a calm way. Right. And so I remember asking you to let me read the text messages. And
here's the thing about it. Like I said, my wife is so interesting because she does it like nobody else I would have seen before. Not that I've been in this situation before, because I hadn't, but I wouldn't expect it to go this way. It says, at the time she wasn't my wife, but Natasha says, she asked me about the conversation, and I said, I said this, that, and the other. I told her I was with you, this, that, and the other, and she explained why, we couldn't be together, and I explained to her, I told her, I really feel like God got me going in this direction, I feel like, this, that, and the other. I said, I love you, I love you deeply, and I told her this. I told her I loved her, and, that was it. She got quiet, and she said, can I see your phone? Just real calmly, like she wasn't even boiling, right? Like she wasn't even boiling. She said, can I see your phone? I said, sure. So I reached over, grabbed my phone, handed it to her. Now, mind you, on the inside, I'm starting to sweat, right? Because I also have a habit of not deleting anything on my phone. Like, I don't delete. And my reason for not doing that is I want to be a good person. I want to be a good person. I don't want to be a trash person. And one of the ways that you work on that is to be open about things. If we get away with things, we're probably going to repeat it again, right? If you get away with something, that's how serial cheaters serially cheat. Stop it. That's how people who repeat offenses, they repeat them because they never have to suffer the consequences for them. So I'm one of those people that if I do something, I'll tell on myself, or I'll keep the information available so that I can get caught.
In this case, I remember you saying, because you were so locked on navigating our relationship your way to keep from being... for whatever reason, you thought if you navigated this specific way and you held on to certain things that whatever I would do to you in your, whatever you thought I would do to you,
it was justified.
It would be justified. And so so while yes, you're keeping things to not get away with anything, you're also keeping things because you're like, I'm going to hold on to this. Because
holding on to
I'm not going to let her have all of this and then just be pulling shade over my face. That was one of your positions as well. That you talked about.
I felt entitled to hold on to these friendships because
you lacked trust.
Yeah, thank you.
You're welcome.
Because I lacked trust, because I thought, well, she's a liar, so I don't even know everything that she's doing over there, so I'm going to just keep this foot in the relationship, and this is my safety foot. This is the foot that I got that's going to catch my balance when I find myself falling too far and she hurts me. And so...
so I'm reading the messages. And I heard him, right? Like I heard when he was telling me the reasons he felt that he should have had this conversation with this out-of-town friend. I listened to that. I heard him. I didn't interrupt him. I let him have those reasons. But I wanted to see for myself his behavior in the text message. Because, you can tell me.
Right, I can tell you.
This is what we did. We talked about this. I said that. Right. But you're not telling me. Your behavior is not being revealed. Right. through what you're just admitting to.
Admitting to saying, right.
I needed to see
right.
the text messages so I could see into your
right.
behavior.
Prior to that, prior to you asking me to see them, you asked me why did I tell her I loved her.
I didn't know that. You told her.
Yeah, I did. I said it. I remember saying it.
Oh, you said it in the explanation.
Yeah, I said it in the explanation, right. I said, yeah. And after I told you that, he was like, why did you tell her you love her? And I said, because I do. And she was like, and that's when you said, can I see your phone? Mm-hmm. Because at that point,
now I need to know.
Yeah.
Because now, okay. And this is, so, I don't know if any of you have.
Oh, Lord.
I'm just saying. To have to sit still in obedience because you are working on becoming better, because you have asked, you have prayed for, I have it in my journal, you have prayed for a new heart. And when you are offended, when someone offends you, when someone does something that you know you wouldn't put up with just a month ago, just 2 months ago, whatever.
And you would have acted completely different.
You would fool. Just saying.
A fool.
It is so hard to listen to the new self say, pace yourself, calm, chill. I got you. Like, just be here, like, be in this moment. Don't go back that way, like. Yeah. And so I have to listen to my boyfriend tell me that he's communicating with this woman. I have to listen to my boyfriend tell me that he's told this woman he loves her. He's also telling me that he loves me.
Because I do.
Because he does, and in the same moment.
Yeah, it's not impossible. It's not impossible. I'm not defending anything. I'm adding to what it is that you said, because I don't want it to come off like he told her he loves me, or he told her he loves her, and he told her that he loves me. That is. I mean, do you think it's possible to love two people at the same time?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure it's possible to truly give your love to somebody and truly give your love to somebody, especially in two romantic spaces. We can love our kids that way. We can love our family members that, we love them all, right? But in situations where you're having to truly give love to somebody, to care about them, to want to do for them, and then also do that for another person, to me, somebody's losing.
Yeah, this is
interesting.
This is the first opportunity that my wife and I have disagreed on camera. And so I'm going to give y'all an opportunity. I'm talking to y'all here. I'm going to give y'all an opportunity to tap in the comments.
Yeah.
If you believe that it is possible to intimately love two people at the same time. I don't mean to have sex with two people at the same time. I mean to genuinely love two people at the same time. You heard the way that she feels. And I don't necessarily... You said to give love.
Well, if we think about... So the type of love that you have, that we have. If you're telling me that it's possible to love another woman the same way that you would love your wife, that's interesting to me. I don't know.
Wife?
Well, even intentional girlfriend, even someone that you've heard is your wife, right? And you're intentionally moving in that direction. Is it possible to truly love this other woman who presents a wife-like relationship with you, but then also love this person who you're with?
Right.
I don't know that those two loves are the same.
I wholeheartedly believe that they are.
Okay.
I wholeheartedly believe that they are. And it's because love is a lot of things, but if you dice it down to strong care and affection, it can be done to both at the same time.
So you're saying that you're being affectionate with her and affectionate with me at the same time.
No, I'm saying first I said strong care, having strong care for, wanting to see the best out of two individuals. You can want to see the best happen to two individuals. You can also be physically attracted to two different individuals. You can also be intimately involved with two individuals, and you can genuinely care about two individuals that have nothing to do with each other. And so I think where you decide what is love and what is not between the two is, are you deceiving the other? Because we take it back to Scripture, and Scripture says that the heart of the one that lies hates the one it lies to. And so I think where that differs is if one person is being dishonest to the other. That is not love, right? That is not an example of love. I think if you are being transparent, you are being open about all of it, then you can genuinely share a space between two people. Is it complicated? It is. But at the same time, it's really not. It's up to the man to decide which route he's going to take. And then at that point, if you said, I love you, and I love you, and the two require him to make a decision, then he has to choose. He loves them both, but he has to choose. And with that choice, he has to separate himself from the other because he said he loves her and she's requiring commitment. That's what I think.
So I read the text messages and I get upset about the fact that he has said this to, I don't know why I'm getting emotional in this moment. The reason that he has said, I love you to this other woman. Because I'm again at a place where he feels his actions are justified. And I'm sitting over here with tables turned. You wouldn't put up with it. Tables turned, he wouldn't put up with it, excuse me. So I got upset. Because it's not fair. If my feelings were, if you're going to continue to have these relationships with these women, you might as well just be single, because I'm a woman that is already hurt. I'm a woman that's already been through a relationship where being chosen is the last thing on the person's mind. I'm already a woman that comes from a place of a lack of healthy relationships. So if you're going to choose to be in connection with women, then just go your way, is what I was feeling. I don't think that's what I said at all at the moment, which today, I believe I can say it just that clear today because I've grown and processed and worked through things. But I wish I would have had those words then, because I could have been strong enough to say, okay, you got to leave right now and go make your decision, versus being again the woman that's just accepting whatever's given to me, whether it's accepting the scraps that someone throws out, because that's what that was.
Yeah.
It was scraps. It was, I'm gonna do what I want to do in this relationship because I don't trust you. Okay, well today, if you don't trust me, then bye. Right? Today, if Natasha was single today, that is the approach, because she's strong enough to do that. Then I wasn't. And so I guess there's a way you're handling my feelings, or in my and being okay with the way that you're walking through it, and making it okay. Yeah.
A lot of my female friends, they were people who supported me throughout every journey of my life, whether it was music, whether it was photography. They were supporters of that. And so letting them go because I got a new girlfriend, I didn't think that was fair. And I've always felt like that, you know, from the time I was younger. The problem with that was, again, I crossed boundaries with these friends, you know. And so that's just flat out inappropriate. And I would never look at, I would never actually, I don't know why. I would never look at it if the tables were turned.
Right.
You know, would I be okay with you having a friend that you used to talk dirty to, that y'all used to talk dirty to, or has seen your body or whatever? Because I would immediately think, he don't want to be your friend. He done seen you. Y'all done talk this way. You know, you done send him pictures or whatever. And so, which she didn't. That's an example. This was what was happening on my side of the life. He don't want to be your friend. He wanna continue that relationship. I just never looked at it like that. And I would always say to you, well, you're saying this to me because you don't know what it's like to have a genuine friend.
You would say that.
Yeah.
And you said I'm only used to guys that I'm dating or whatever, and you're a different type of guy, and so you can handle that. That's how you came off. It's like you can handle it because you're a different type of guy. You try to do the opposite of what all the guys are doing. So you are building excuses for being able to keep that life along, next to me. Yeah. It was drastically hurting our relationship, and so you read the text, and she got up out of the bed, and I did turn a notch, and that just comes because, like, at some point, us women, we get tired of accepting all the BS, you know, that comes with dating. And so sometimes our switches get flipped, and it shows in our actions. So I did get up. I got tired. I was over it. I don't know what I said. I can't tell you what I said. But he had the experience, so he can share it. I
don't honestly remember what you said either, but you were turned up. But you wasn't turned up the way I understand turned up. The way I understand turned up is from my first marriage. Way up. You didn't shout. The kids didn't wake up, you know. I don't remember exactly what happened that night, but the next day she came over. I think we took a break.
You called the break.
Yeah. I did. I called it.
I think you did.
I called a break, and I reached out to some friends during. My wife
He
said,
has no chill. He has 0%
no sit
chill.
down and
no chill.
No. And so, as we go through this, y'all will see that there were several breaks. There were several breaks in our relationship, and she'd be over there crying or angry or frustrated,
dealing with it all.
Yeah, and I'd be on the phone.
He's zero chill.
I'd be on the phone with somebody else, like right after I say we're on a break. Hey, what you doing? I wouldn't sit in it, you know, and that could be, I don't want to, you know, it could be I don't want to face, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to sit in the silence, right? It could be that. It could be I really didn't want to let go of this anyway. You know, it could be a bunch of stuff. But in any case, we had it out the next day, and I basically ripped into you when we were at our house, and I think that's the loudest we've ever been. And it could be because there were no kids around.
Right.
You know?
Yeah, because I didn't want my kids in that anymore.
Yeah.
I was committed to that.
Yeah. Committed to...
not letting them see disarray and chaos and hear it and feel it and all the things that we had been through enough of it.
Yeah.
And so I was committed to holding it in if I'm in my house. Right. Just calmly communicating. not letting my feelings explode like Natasha can, right? But so going to your apartment, I was like, whoo, I can lay it all out. I can just.
It was funny is I remember you telling me, and I would grind my gears. I remember you telling me, first of all, you're not going to yell at me, you know? Mm-hmm. And I'm like, you literally just yelled. I'm like, don't flip it. And when I get a little, stop. So I'm like, I'm not yelling. I'm talking sternly. The thing I'm grateful for with me and my wife, even when we were just dating, either of us have never cursed at each other. We've never called each other names. We've never insulted each other. We've never talked to each other with the intent to hurt each other.
There's a respect.
Yeah.
We have a respect for each other.
And so, we had it out. We had it out at my apartment. And I rip into her about how I can't trust you, right? I rip into her about, you're a liar. I rip into her about, how am I supposed to function? You know, I'm giving all that I got. I'm laying all my cards on the table, and I don't even know if you're telling the truth, you know? And so I hit some key points. I hit some key points in our discussion or argument, and she really doesn't have anything to say in response. So she says, "You ain't no better than me." Turns out she walks out, and we take like, I don't know, maybe 3 or 4 days apart. Something. Yeah. So in any case, we was in a really tough spot because I don't trust her, and she doesn't trust me because she doesn't trust me to cut these off. You trust, and I said this to the kids the other day. You trust my word, but you don't trust my actions.
Actions,
yeah.
Which are louder to me.
Yeah,
to me,
right? Actions are louder than words.
To me, like I really pay attention to when a person says something to me, and then what they do next. Right. I really pay attention to that because I try to be a doer, and so I just want that same thing in return. Right. So
some of these unnatural disasters, I don't even know how we made it out of them.
Oh, I know.
I really don't. I have no memory of how it ended, but
I left.
Yeah, you left.
Yeah, right. I left.
But I don't remember how we
came back together.
Yeah. At some point, I obviously
we got on the same page.
Yeah, I do know that we took like 3 or 4 days off or whatever, and I did what I do, and I don't know what you do, but that was it.
I work and I take care of my kids. In between there, I deal with the consequence of knowing this information. Stick to my stillness. Stick to I'm trying to be different. I want to be different. Still, I have to co-parent. So on my side, I still have to co-parent with my just my son's father. I'll say just because. The others, that wasn't our issue. Right. The issues that we had with lack of trust, was with my son's father. Right. And so I still had to navigate those waters in an honest way, but also at the same time, not doing very good at it because I believed that my son should have his father. And so I felt like I had to engage again in the nonsense when he would bring nonsense. I had to work out, talk through whatever, listen to his positions on things to keep him and my son together. So that's what I was doing on my side. I don't know where we met in resolution after that, but then March came.
Yeah.
It was my turn now. So my ex, he left some messages, just nonsense messages about Roderick, like a Netflix account, like just
all
kinds of things that he could see or thought or whatever the case was. And so I shared that with Roderick on our date that during that time. And because Roderick had a lack of trust when I would engage with my ex, I still want to go in. I still want to defend these messages, and I want to participate in this. But Roderick is not allowing me to engage.
But that wasn't because of the lack of trust. That was to help you. That was to help you free yourself from this. Because now we're on a date. We're together. We're on a date. It's me and you. And now you're flustered in your head, in your heart, in your emotions. And I want to drink. I just need to, just get away from this, And so now you can't even be the you that I know you, that you can't be my Natasha.
Right.
Because you're busy engaging in the Natasha you know what I'm saying? You were being his Natasha. And so that was my reason for not letting you engage. The fact that I didn't trust you is something completely different that I haven't told you about, even to this day.
Oh. Look at us learning new things.
So my wife, Natasha, at the time she's my girlfriend, I tell her, babe, don't engage, right? I tell her, don't engage. And she was bothered.
Yes.
And she was bothered because we're sitting out in front of, not Red Robin, what was it?
Red Door.
Red Door. We're sitting in front of Red Door, getting ready to go on our date. And she's disturbed and everything. And I'm like, what is it? Mind you, I ask her, what is it? And inside of my head, I know she's going to lie. At least,
right.
I think she's going to lie. But I do something that for a long time I regret it. And I, like I said, I never told you this. For a long time I regret it. She was engaging, and he said some things about you, and I was like, you know what? I don't even really want to know. And I was like, just delete it. Just because we all have a habit of going back and rereading this toxicity. When we're in relationships with we have toxic relationships. Sometimes we have a habit of just scrolling back through and just and scrolling back through
and studying it and finding whatever to keep us fired up about it.
So that we can.
I did that.
We can keep. Yep. We can keep in battle, even if the person over there they ain't thinking no more about you. But your mind is all messed up because you're still studying. I can't believe they said it'll be the middle of the night. You trying to sleep, but you thinking about you reach over, grab your phone, you start restudying and saying, I should have said this. This is what I need. You start. Yeah. It's super toxic. And so I told her, I was like, you know what, just delete it. And she was like, really? And I was like, yeah, just delete it. But inside of me, because you didn't want to tell me what he said about me, right? And when I said just delete it, I also said it for me. Because I didn't trust that you were being honest about y'all's debate. I felt that you had maybe flirted with him. Y'all had a little moment, and then it blew up, and then because when I said what he said, you was being real vague.
Because it's a protection for you.
That's what you said. I didn't trust you.
But that's what it is. You don't want to just if you would have had a back and forth to say your first wife and the things that we've kind of gone through or whatever just recently. If there would have been some words or whatever to kind of protect me and my feelings, you wouldn't give me everything she said. Right. You're going to hold some of that back. Right. And so that's what that was.
Right. And I remember that's what you said, but again, coming from
right, where you were in the moment and all of our things up to the point. Yes.
I didn't trust you not to hold anything back. Right. But because you were holding it, I was like, you know what? She needs to delete it, not only for you, but you need to delete it for me too. Because it's like I don't trust what you're saying anyway, and I know at some point I'm probably going to try to go back and rediscover that. So I was just like, you know what? I just Just delete it. Let's have our dinner. And we did.
Yeah. But so I'm in this space of just really trying to, it's funny because in this time, I was reading a book about boundaries because I really wanted to learn how to set healthy boundaries and stick to them. Like with you, with him, with whoever, right?
There's everything, yeah.
Because I was praying for healthy relationships. I want to know how to do that. And so I was really trying to take serious the relationship with you during this time. But I was fighting against your perception of me now, right? And so that's why I was in tune with when you doubted me, either over the phone, through text, or in person. I was so in tune with it because I really wanted to get that. Like, I really wanted to do well. I wanted us to be good. And I wanted to stick to what I said. I want to be with you, and that's what I'm doing. And I remember I remember having this feeling inside, like, because you would always say, if we break up, it's not going to be me. It's not going to be because I did something. It's not going to be. You would say that.
If we don't make it, if we fail, it's not going to be.
You would always say that. And every time you said that inside, I was just like, that's not going to be me. I wouldn't say that out loud, but I would say that inside of myself because I still to this day still say that. It's not.
Okay.
Right? Okay. And so, because I'm serious, ever since you asked me in December, I was serious. Now, I had to do work to be solid, right, in the decision, which is the setting the boundaries, and I struggled and, whatever, because I had habits of what they were, right? I had the habits that I had. So, but as I started shedding those habits, I was putting them into action, and you would doubt, and you would visually doubt, and I just always, sometimes I felt defeated.
Yeah,
a lot of times I felt defeated. But I just kept, it's like, no. Like, you just keep taking it. And I remember having, so I was always reading my Bible, learning different stories and different things. I remember reading Matthew and the story about Jesus on the cross. I just remember being super connected to it because he was afflicted. He was doubted. But he just kept going. He just kept going. I remember relating to that so much in that time. Because yes, I have a cross. Yes, but I'm trying to get better. I'm trying to do better. I know these things about me. You've helped reveal these things. Like, allow me to shed. And you doubted the shedding, and you would say that I have never seen anybody,
I was just saying people don't change. Most people don't change. And I think, especially when they get around our age, you get kind of settled in your, you know what I'm saying? One of the things that we had to talk about after we came back, or a little bit before we left, is that you discovered how much you actually do lie. And how long you had lied, and why you had lied. And
all those things were revealed very clear, very vivid.
Yeah.
And they were very deep. The reasons were very deep.
Right.
Perception of people, the pleasing of people, the
acceptance,
the neglect that made me look a certain way. From childhood.
Right.
I built up this person because there was a lot of neglect in our childhood. We didn't have anything. And so I had to present myself a certain way so people wouldn't make fun of me or laugh at me or whatever the case was. And so, yes, it was very deep. And so I had to present to people.
Right. And so
I felt like I had to present.
Yeah, she felt like the way of protecting yourself, or and like it's a thing that most of us do. Habits that you have or ways that you have all your life, they don't drop off like that.
Right.
And so I know, at least, from my ex situation, it's almost like she would never acknowledge it. And I know that's the first part of getting help, is acknowledging that you have a problem, acknowledging that you have an issue, acknowledging that I'm messed up. I want to change. I want to fix this. Help me. That was you, but I wouldn't accept that. I just wouldn't accept it because I had never seen it. And so, we are struggling navigating through these waters of trust and trust everywhere. She doesn't trust my actions.
Change.
Yeah, trust and change. Yeah, she doesn't trust my actions because I'm fighting to keep friends. I don't trust her word because I feel like she can't tell the truth to save her life because she's so worried about what I would think about her if I knew the truth. In different spaces or whatnot. And so I don't know what to believe. She doesn't know. How, if I really love her or not. Right. If I'm choosing you or not, because every time we have a knot or every time we hit a speed bump,
no chill.
I'm right back to the friend in the other state, and so she's not convinced. Inside she's not really convinced because she. And I remember you asking me. What is it about? Or you asked me two things. You asked me, what is it that she's doing? What is it she's doing that's so great? That you just can't run over there and go. You just run over there as soon as we hit a knot. You run over there. And then I remember you also said, and this really took seed in me. You said, how long am I going to have to hear about her? And I was like, and it was the way you said it, like you wasn't arguing, you weren't angry, but you were frustrated. You had your feel of hearing about this woman. And you said, how long am I going to have to hear about her? Because every now and then she pops up, and it just seems like you won't get rid of her. Tough waters between, was it March and February and April. Yeah, tough waters between then. But there's a few more points before we get over a final hurdle, but we'll get there. And we got about 5 minutes left. In that time, I want to tell you that I am grateful to God for your fight. I am. There's one thing, but I'm grateful for the way that you fight. There's one thing that you would consistently say in our back and forth. You would always say that God told you to sit still, right? I didn't understand the magnitude of that, and when I say I didn't understand the magnitude, I meant I didn't really understand how hard that was for you. Right. Because I didn't really know you for real. Right. I didn't. When I say I didn't know you for real, I knew your costume. Right. I knew what you were presenting. But when you would say, "Oh, God just told me to sit still," I thought you was making excuses for just really being desperate and thirsty and wanting to be with this great man. So you just really had no other place to go. So yeah, God just told me to sit still, and that's what I did. Sorry. I understand now that that's not the case. That you were fighting, and you were truly being led by God. I appreciate, because I know who you can be now. I do. I've still never witnessed it to its magnitude, but I know what that look. I have a picture of what that could have been. And you fought, and because you fought throughout all of my indignation, throughout all of my feeling like I, deserve this, or I deserve to be able to hold on to these friends, and despite the mistrust that you had for me because of my actions, you still fought. Because of that, we're here. Thank you. Of course. I love you for it.
I love you too. I am grateful for always accepting me, even when you questioned me. I didn't know what I got baptized, I said I wanted to be fully committed.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know what that was going to look like. I had no idea.
Mm-hmm.
And so when I started going the route of being fully committed, while you had doubt, you accepted me walking the route.
Mm-hmm.
It was important to me to become better.
Yeah.
It was important to me to continue to shed and to allow the things to fall off. I didn't know what was under the shell, but you accepted the shell. And because you accepted the shell, we're here today. And I get emotional when I talk about it because I know who I was. I know what I allowed myself, the self-infliction, the self-sabotage. I know what I allowed myself to do. And I'm just, I guess, proud that that I even fought, that I even stayed, that I didn't allow even those doubts to hinder my growth. And I'm just grateful that you accepted me. You have always accepted me, whether you had patience for it or not. Natasha is who she is. I thank you for that, and I love you.
I love you too, man. That's it. Take the time to tell somebody that you are grateful to God for them. We thank y'all so much for being with us during this time, watching us tell this journey. We hope that it blesses you, and please inbox us if you have any questions about our journey, or reach out, put it in the comments. We'd like to talk to y'all. We appreciate those who already have. In the meantime, until we see y'all again, be blessed. We love y'all, and thank you again. Moment to moment.
Is a blessing spent.